I have wiped my ass with moss, and I will tell you, spectacular. Yeah, basically it was an alien. I just had an alien encounter, and I narrowly escaped being probed.
How alive are you? How alive do you feel? What are you doing? What are you getting done? What are you afraid of? Maybe you should do that.
I don't want to be mistaken for a goose.
Walleye! I made a little bit of a mess, which I still haven't cleaned. It's still there. Don't care. You know the rules. I don't care.
The enchanted forest coming to decapitate me?
Boom, 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 boom! Dude's living his best life.
That's a little quick to already start seeing bears. Hour and 40 minutes.
Campfire popcorn? If only there was smell-o-vision. I want everybody to be a happy human. I just don't think that 9/10 of people realize what would actually make them happy once they went and tried some things.
But it's hiding in the bush looking right at me. Damn.
You know what time it is. I am going to be back out floating on the liquid. I'm going to head out, paddle out, 3 nights. First week of September, it's going to get a little cooler. I think we're down to single digits for the first night, and then we'll creep back up to about 12 or 14 in the evening. But we should have some really nice weather. Nice and dry. There are a little bit of clouds out there, but they're just, threatening. That's all they are. Just mumbling to themselves. Stay where the hell you are. You can be cloudy and gray all you want as long as there's no rain. There will be almost no mosquitoes, certainly no wood ticks. I'm planning on some late night popcorn fires, burn through some forest, burn through a lot of forest this 3 days. It's going to be awesome. Let's get going. Got some paddling to do. Yeah, finally back out. I'm going. Water's been very high this year. It's down about 18 inches or so, but still a good current. I'm thinking here for a site. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call this home. Killer view. And up the rock. And we will camp back here. I think maybe in there somewhere, or maybe down in here is a perfect little spot for me to do my tarp tent. And down here is pretty nice too. Maybe I should camp right on top of that pile right there. Not super fresh, but well, not super old either. Mr. Bear, a couple big piles back in through the woods over there too. Ain't no bear scaring me. If there's a bear, I'll say, "Go away, bear." And he will turn around and go back to where he came from. Just like that. That's how it works out in the wild. All right. Start unloading. A nice little vantage point here. A little bit of a step up. A little bit of a walk up. Some campfires there, huh? A little bit of coffee. A little bit of cowboy coffee. A little bit of popcorn. Little bit of walleye! Oh yeah! This will do just fine. It's gorgeous out. A little bit of wind, nothing drastic. Still a little bit of current out there, which will make the fishing a little interesting. Starting to get that fall smell to it. Not to any great extent. A few leaves turning. Jungle's thinning out a little bit. Doesn't quite have that fall smell to it yet. Maybe in the morning. We'll see. 3 nights! Damn. I've only been here for about an hour and 40 minutes. And I've seen a little bit of bear sign up there I showed you. There's a few droppings here and there. But I got my tent set up. And I came down here just grab a couple things, take a peek out there, and there's a bear right across this little narrow from me here. Just going around in circles, grazing, and every once in a while he looks over here. I went up to the tent and I got my binoculars. He is right there. In this clump of trees right there, moving around. You're not that far, but I prefer that he stays there. All yours, bro. You can have that island, I'll have this island. That's a little quick to already start seeing bears. Hour and 40 minutes. Adventure time. It is 7:30. It's 17 out. The low tonight is going to be 6, so that'll be a little crispy. I haven't switched over to my fall sleeping bag yet, but it's not necessary. I've got some ski socks and some flannels. I got a toque. I got gloves. I got everything. I'll be warm. I think I'm going to do a little fishing, a little evening fishing. Come back, have a quick fire and some pine tea, and get up early, grab some coffee, and head on out for a little bit of exploring tomorrow morning. It's gorgeous out. No breeze. Definitely cooled off. I'm thinking we probably did about 27 today, 26. We're down to about 16 or 17 right now, but it's calm. I'm gonna go do some exploring.
I'm just floating backwards with the current. It's so peaceful. Barely a ripple. Just relaxing, taking it all in. Very chill. Little paddle. I'm gonna chuck a couple lines in here and there. Nothing drastic. Put a drop shot lined up and a Ned rig. But I've anchored in here. Current's pretty good, but my anchor's holding me well, so there's no wind. September 6th, and I will tell you, there are mosquitoes. Don't let anybody lie to you and tell you it's fall, it's September, there's no mosquitoes. Oh, there's mosquitoes. And black flies. Little ones, big ones, medium-sized ones. Meat-eating ones. I went shirtless for a little while, then had to put on long sleeves because they were just eating away at me. When I was setting up my tent, there was a ton of mosquitoes. They seemed to diminish, a little bit. It's like I was stirring it all up, but when I set up my tarp tent, there was a cloud of them. Same deal with orangey. And they're floating around right now, too. I'm thinking that it's 7:45, 7:50 right now. Once it hits about 9 or when it gets a little darker, I think that they will die off completely because it's going to get cold. And it did get cold pretty damn fast. I went from shirtless to my jacket, and under here's long sleeve, and I've got my neck thing, and I've got a toque. This toque, because earlier today, a couple guys came by in a boat and they were blasting away at geese. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. It was pretty crazy. They're fairly far away, but within a block anyways. So I guess it's that time of year. The mosquitoes are still out, so I'm going to wear my blaze orange just on the off chance. I don't want to be mistaken for a goose. Still so quiet. With the exception of gunshots randomly ringing out. You know, that type of a peaceful. You hear the fish jumping? It is 10 o'clock. I've got a nice little crackly, crunchy fire going. Ooh, I have brewed my pine tea. I'm gonna have a little snack. I'm gonna have some raisins and some pumpkin seeds
I might head back to that food bin for some apricots too. Mosquitoes have died down, I'd say about 90%, but there's still the odd one that just sneaks up on your nose or your ear, your eye. But they're gone for the most part. They're very manageable. It is really calm. There's not a hint of a breeze. It is 10 degrees Celsius at 10 o'clock p.m. That fire smells spectacular. Plus, I've got the pine tea. I made it extra hot and just kept on boiling it and sizzling it, getting out all the resins. It'll stay hot in my mug for a while. So once I'm done my snacking, I will enjoy my pine tea into the evening. The sky is completely clear. There's a billion stars. Absolutely magical. Just gorgeous. Morning to ya. It is gorgeous out there. We are 8:29. I've got my oatmeal ready to roll. Coffee is obviously boiled. Man, I'm using the propane instead of the isopropane. It heats up faster. A nice little pot that I acquired out in the bush. I'm going to brew some coffee in there. It's a coffee morning. I haven't done coffee in a little while. And then head out and see what we can find out there. Very, very dewy this morning. Very wet on the barrels. The tent is icky wet. A lot of moisture, a lot of dew. But my tarp tent managed to keep everything without any moisture on the inside. So I've got my rods, tinder, my boots, fishing tackle, canoe chair, all nice and dry. Let's have some oatmeal. Let's eat. I do have my orange blaze orange on. There was some shotgun fire further out. I believe that it is muzzle loading season that has started. So there's a couple boomers, a couple bangers out there. They're pretty far off in the distance, so not a concern, but it's for the hell of it. I'm wearing this in case I venture out into the bush. And at times I've worn it even out on the boat. It makes it easier for you to see. People are riding out in power boats, etc., don't always see a canoe sitting there, so helps me out, helps them out. I'm starving. Let's eat. Check on the oatmeal, just let her sit and congeal a little bit. Congeal's not the right word, but I made this one with cranberries and what else do we got? Cranberries, a ton of cinnamon, and hemp seeds instead of sunflower seeds. Yummy. That and coffee out in the wild, I'll take that any day. My bear friend, who was right there by those trees. Didn't show himself again yesterday, which is fine with me. And there was no rumblings or scrapings or crawling around or sniffing around the tent last night. Then again, I did pass out pretty good. Even though it was cold and it was the first night. Usually first night, I don't sleep the best for whatever reason. I guess just getting acclimatized. But last night, for the most part, yeah, just bang, out like a light. The coolness helps. I'm not used to that yet. When you're changing out of your day clothes into your sleeping bag clothes, and you just can't wait to get in that sleeping bag because it'll warm you up and you get breathing all inside there and get it all toasted. Yeah, it's to that weather already. So I slept really well. I didn't get up until maybe about an hour before my alarm went off at 7:30. Just sort of in and out of consciousness. But nothing rustling, nothing bugging. It's a great sleep, actually. Last night was night 29 for season of 2024. 29 nights. Tonight will be a month. Let's check on this coffee. Oh, it's boiling. Boy, that's reminiscent of a certain canoe trip or kayak trip. No, it was canoe. Give it a little stir. Yes, that was the last little day trip of 2023. Sort of the recap trip out on the slush and the snow. And I tried to brew up some coffee, which I ended up doing eventually, get off my case, and made a little bit of a mess, which I still haven't cleaned. It's still there. Don't care. You know the rules. I don't care. This has been brewing for a little while. I just sort of like to let it just sort of steep. Let it all just, if I can't... Oh, it's not ready yet. I should be able to hold my spoon up in there. Well, we won't go that crazy this time. I don't know what the deal is with the smell of coffee out in the wild. Oh, it makes you feel alive. How's that for a breakfast nook? I got a few of these out here. They've all got breakfast nooks. Damn. Night number 2. Spent the day out exploring, a little fishing. Did some sightseeing. Saw a couple killer views. Didn't have much luck fishing. I caught one, so I wasn't skunked. No skunk here. But it was a little windy, a little cool at times, a little hot at times, but pretty high current and pretty high winds, which makes it tough in canoes, which is what we are using. Let's get a pot of popcorn rocking. Rocking the pop. Sorry. Overall, a gorgeous day, though. I mean, I will take that over rain or snow at any point in time. Tomorrow, I believe, is supposed to be 26. Then we got a couple 28s and 29s and etc. for the next week. Bit of a heat wave for the second week of September 2024. I was cozy comfy last night in my flannels, flannel socks, flannel pants, hoodie, and even had a little toque on. I got my toque on. Tonight I may need less. It was a little bit cold when I was making my tea last night. So I kind of bundled up a little bit right now, and I've got my military jacket and a flannel and a long sleeve shirt. But I feel a little bit hot, overdressed, which makes sense because I think tomorrow's going to be a lot warmer than today by a solid 5 or 6 degrees, all sun. Today was a little cloudy, only partly sunny. And come on, popcorn, let's rock! Rockin' the pop! Oh, I did it again. The mosquitoes are still biting. 9:09. They probably will knock off for about another half an hour to an hour, it seems like. But they are kind of swarming, getting in between my glasses and my eyeballs. And thankfully, I do have my military jacket and my fleece on because they are biting through the pants somehow. I don't know what they're doing. I decided I had pine tea last night. Killer. Took a long time to cool off. So I promised myself I'm just going to stay outside and stoke the fire and look at the stars. The stars were out. Milky Way. All reflecting in the lake. So I stayed up, I think, till about 11:30, 12. Savored the tea, the stars, the fire. No rush to go to bed. 5-second rule. 5 seconds between the pops and she's done. I'm calling it done. Look at that. Woo! Campfire popcorn? If only there was smell-o-vision. That is one dilapidated looking fire. Going all different directions. But whatever lights and whatever burns. Because I've learned from my fires, just because it lights doesn't mean it's going to burn. Or for very long. That's actually kind of nice. Nice one. You're doing good. Popcorn's out of the way. I'm going to let this build up a little bit. And pine tea time. I had pine tea last night. Damn. Tonight's pine tea will feature notes of sea salt and maize. Yeah, I'm making it in the same damn pot that the popcorn just came out of. I'll wipe it out a little bit with a couple fingers that I used to clean the mud off of my anchor while I was out canoeing. How's that? That work for you? Works for me. Don't be scared. It's all natural. It's nature. You'll be fine. You'll live. Okay. Pine tea time. I don't really need a knife to tamp this down with. But I like the way it looks. Fire's rocking. I'm just going to put it right on the fire, right there. Right there, damn. Yeah. There we go. Nice. That's already simmering. I'm just going to let it bake away. Don't you fall. very upset with you. Mosquitoes have finally gone away. Oh, bye-bye. I don't miss you. I don't want to spill it, and I don't want it to drop, and I don't want to pour it all over my shoes, and I don't want to spill anything. Oh, it's smoky from the fire. It's steaming from the tea. Oh, let's see how well I calculated this. Don't fall off. Don't tip over. Perfect. Success. We'll put it over there so it doesn't fall over. We know the history this thing has got. Rolling, falling, tipping, breaking. Don't even think about it. Cheers. Site's been awesome so far. Night 2. This is night 30 for the year. 1 month out in the wild. Night 30 for 2024. Cheers. Yeah, that's hot. Oh. Ooh, and very strong. Damn. I think that's what I'm going to do it now. Put it on coals. Coalses. Put it on some coals. And just let it simmer. I'm sure that was about, I don't know, 10 minutes. Could be the coffee grounds still left in that coffee mug. Yeah, some mingling of flavors, that's for sure. Popcorn from the pot, coffee from the mug. Any of that sound bad? Hells no! Salty popcorn, coffee, pine tea. I'm sure there's some ashes in here from the fire. 10:23. And a slightly cooler breeze, but it's warm enough out. It's about 16. It's warm enough that that breeze kind of feels good. Plus, I'm sitting next to a pile of coals. Look at that tea. In my last camping adventure, when I did 9 nights out in the wild, I actually had a crazy experience. The second night out, I heard a little bit of rustling outside my tent, about 2 feet away, 3 feet away, and oh, that's hot. Let's go back for more. Ah, so good. And
I didn't really make much of the rustling, getting ready for bed, pretty much just ready to lie down. And I heard the most blood-curdling scream. Human, like female human scream slash cat. Apparently, it's a lynx. And they make the most blood-curdling scream, growl, yell. And it was so close and out of the blue, I just barely had a chance to sort of respond to a little bit of crackling, a little bit of scraping something by the tent, and then boom! Just scared the crap out of me. And I didn't even have a chance to sort of react, and then it didn't make the noise again. Took a couple of really big dumps right by the tent. I guess that was just sort of a show of dissatisfaction that I was at its camp, I guess. It was his property, or hers, I was shocking. There were some guys out fishing, 5 guys about a solid 2 blocks away. And I ran into them the next day, and they said, "Did you hear that? It was coming from your direction. Scared the crap out of us. That was a lynx. We didn't know what was going on. We had to check it on YouTube." And my God, they were freaking out. Because it sounds wild. Really wild. It sounded like a possessed witch somehow found her way into my campsite and was like screaming at me outside my tent. It was freaky. Freaky. Freaked me out. And when I told them that it was like about 3 feet away, they said they can't imagine that. They said they were all just stopped in their tracks and were like just shocked. Like, what is that? What is going on over there? Yep, pissed off lynx. I don't ever need to hear that again. Not live. No. Like, even if I saw it and knew that it was going to make the noise, that's bad enough. But dudes, when it's quiet like this, and it was still quiet, you're just taking it in, about to turn my head in, about to turn in, head on the pillow, relax about quiet nature, and then boom, that stuff starts going off. Unreal. Rude. This could actually be the best night weather-wise that I have had in the 30 nights that I've been out this year. It's warm enough that cooler breeze feels, like just spectacular, so refreshing. But it's cool enough that the hot tea complements it perfectly. There's no mosquitoes, no wood ticks, no flies. It's not raining. Wood is dry for fires. It doesn't get much better than this. You saw that coming, right? But it really doesn't. This would be, I would say, probably one of the most perfect evenings weather-wise all year. And to be honest with you, maybe the best. Smells spectacular. I'm just like maybe 50 feet off the water. I can hear smallmouth bass nipping in the reeds there. Unbelievable. No bears. That's a bonus. I never did see that guy across there ever again. And that was just last night. That was last night at about, was it 5 o'clock? So, Yeah, and I would say a bit of a toss-up as to whether or not I would prefer a bear or a lynx to creep up on me. I mean, safety-wise, I think you're better off with a lynx, of course, than the bear. But for sheer surprise value, lynx has it hands down. Like if you were sitting in front of the fire, like some people do, enjoying a popcorn and a pine tea, and it was quiet, and you're enjoying a cool breeze and a hot beverage, and all of a sudden a lynx goes off, man, I'm telling you, what's the best way to put this to you? There's a time lag between your brain telling you it ain't time for a bathroom break and you realizing what you're hearing. That's what it's dumb. The bear, I'd hear twigs snapping, leaves rustling on rocks, brushing up against something. There are telltale signs. There's breathing, there's grunting, it wouldn't have the same shock value. You'd be respectful, you'd be, slightly fearful, etc. But just for the boom, that impact, oh, you can keep your lynx. I'll take the bear. Yeah. I'll take the bear. You can keep the bear too. Yeah, I'll take the bear. Well, maybe I don't know. Well, good morning. Day 3. I'm going to brew some coffee. I already had my oatmeal down the hatch and pot cleaned. Today's supposed to be 26. Still got a little bit of a sweater on. Ears are a little bit crispy, a little bit chilled. But I can tell from the warmth of the sun that it's going to be a warm one. I love the sound of that propane. Just something very soothing, warming, fun. Means camping. Means good food, good drink. Just relaxing it, taking it easy, taking it in, taking a chill pill. It's not even windy. It's the touch of a breeze, maybe. And I'm hearing leaves falling. So, September 8th today. But I really like having warm, hot temperatures with the atmosphere of fall. The leaves, the reds and yellows. Hey, bro. Way calmer today. Day 3. Hot. 27. Very little wind. Still a current though. Seems like it's died down a little bit, but in certain places I can't anchor down. I was going to anchor down for a lunch. Grab something out of the food barrel in the front of the canoe, but it was dragging my anchor, which isn't normal. Gonna head out into the big lake, do some exploring, Maybe head down through the channel. See what we can see. There's a guy in a boat way back there. And he was fishing. And there's a couple, maybe 100 feet away from him, that had a nice little camp set up there. And guy's fishing from a boat. And I guess he saw a goose. And he's ready for goose hunting season. Started on the 1st of September. And he boom, 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 boom. Which is what it is, but it scared the hell out of that couple that was not expecting that. I don't think they like that. I don't think they were into that. I don't blame them. At least the initial shock, and it's loud. I think they thought they were under fire. And then he just went right back fishing. Just sort of a couple. Boom, 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 boom. Dude's living his best life. I'm gonna try going downstream. This way here, you can see it all going pretty fast right there. I can get down it, I think. It's just a matter of getting back up, because it's got some flow to it. All right, here we go. Even strong current that is going in your direction, if you get sideways, you can run into trouble. You're like right there, look at that. You can get sideways, hit a rock, you're pooched. Right down there, it's boiling up. See how fast we're moving there. And you're not really paddling, you're just more doing corrections. Yeah, that's gonna be a pain in the butt to paddle upstream from. Nice and peaceful. The water here is extremely warm. Hot day, 26, 27. I think I might have to take the hikers off and dip the feet. Cool off. All right, let's tackle this current. Wow, that's moving pretty good. I gotta jump into that. This might not go so well. I might get pushed. See that? See all that right there? Okay, let's go. Yeah, a little sideways, not too bad. Okay. It's calm here, but the current is pushing. I'm not really moving to any great extent. Okay. Woo! Yeehaw! Made it. Did it! I normally would stick pretty close to shore, but there's some good current next to the shore there. I would stay away from that. And I'm home free. Yeehaw! I still gotta work it, but I'm moving. Anytime you're not going backwards is a good thing. And to be honest with you, sometimes 2 steps forward, 1 step back ain't the worst thing. It's a net 1, right? Net 1. Right. I just got a little blast of pine cool air. Oh, makes you feel alive. You're not. Are you? How alive are you? How alive do you feel? What are you doing? What are you getting done? What are you afraid of? Maybe you should do that. Once you do something that you're afraid of, you tackled it, you realized it wasn't really the biggest thing usually, not what you make it up to be in your mind, it'll empower you to even do other things you think that were beyond your grasp. Or it's a bunch of bullshit anyway. Sit on your ass and watch TV if that's what makes you a happy human. I want everybody to be a happy human. I just don't think that 9/10 of people realize what would actually make them happy once they went and tried some things. I am aiming for that little island right there. Right there. You're getting there. I'm hungry. Ready to eat. Ready to eat, damn. Damn, I better have some vittles. I got some good vittles. That's my vittle barrel. There she is. Right. Where to park this puppy? And home again. Orangey and chair. Waiting. I'm back. It's 8:40. The mosquitoes are going redonkulous. I've got all my mosquito gear on. Yeah, one thing I've learned is you're never going to feel like collecting, pine tea or birch bark or fuel fire wood. But you got to do it when you see it. Because you're going to wish you got it when you did. Because getting it last minute ain't ever going to work. You're not going to find it. You're not going to have time. It's going to get dark. And the mosquitoes are going to go crazy. So it's good to just have a tinder bag with you. I take my own. And every trip I usually find some, just keep adding to it and just keep switching it over. The stuff that I have in my tinder bag is stuff that I've collected, but I don't use that if I can use the stuff that I've already brought that works out here. So I don't have to restuff the bag, and I don't start a fire on my own supply. Know what I'm saying? Big pile of tinder, big pile of kindling. Got some fuel logs. They're not really logs, but they're just bigger guys. This is more than enough for you know it. I'm going to have some popcorn. I'm going to make some pine tea. Get going. Get out of here. Go on. There is something out there. Get going. Get out of here. I don't know what the heck that was. It's like something's like eating and then crashing through the bushes, coming in this direction.
Go on! Get! Weirdest sound. I don't know what that was. Still moving around out there. See, maybe 50 feet past my tent into the bushes. Go on! That's creepy. I don't know what that is. Something smashed around the bushes there. Still there. Go on! Get! Get out of here! Go! Go on! Go on! No clue what that was. Like crashing right through the bush, coming through, making like some kind of sound. Of course, in order to blow the damn horn, I gotta take my mosquito netting off. Creepy. Never heard that sound before. Don't know what that was. Sort of creepy like the lynx was, but more alien-like. Yeah, that's a good way. More alien-like. Some. Huh. I'm gonna go back up to the site. I moved back down towards the water to my boat. Well, I had my bear spray ready to go. I don't know what that was. I mean, I don't. It sounded like it was definitely in the bush, but maybe like higher up somehow, like the sound that it was making. But that could be like a big moose mouth making noises, crunching, doing something, or I don't know. It didn't sound like anything really heavy when it was moving. Just weird. That was pretty creepy. No noise now. I made enough noise to, wake up the entire area. Yeah, basically it was an alien. I just had an alien encounter, and I narrowly escaped being probed. That's basically what happened. I didn't see where the ship landed. I didn't hear anything, but obviously there was a spaceship, and an alien was coming through the bushes to abduct me and take me off of this planet for medical research. Obviously is what it was. Pretty plain to see. Whew. Again, I would have preferred seeing the bear, knowing what I'm dealing with. Just same as that lynx screaming at me like some wild witch in the enchanted forest coming to decapitate me. This I couldn't see either. Like, show me, it's a massive bird, it's a moose, it's a wolf, something, a hyena, something with rabies. I know what I'm dealing with, but it's hiding in the bush, looking right at me. Damn. Oh yeah, let's continue building up that fire and make some pine tea and some popcorn. Okay, I am back to making my pine tea, which I was doing before I was so rudely interrupted by aliens, apparently. Wow, that's the kind of excitement I just did not need. Creepy. I can't identify what the heck that was. Bird. I mean, I don't know, like
a bear that was like eating something and coming, like, I don't know, it was something thrashing in the woods, like that. I don't know, like some kind of like a big bird, or like like maybe like a turkey vulture or something like that, because they do have those here, those big black ones with the red necks and the whole deal. Maybe that's that, and caught in the tree or came down in the tree somehow, and tree, or like, you know, like maybe like waist to ground level. And then making like some kind of, like maybe he was eating. How nice that looks, eh? So fresh. Mosquitoes are still going full strength. There we go. Got my wool socks. I wear them even when it's hot out. They just seem to not keep as sweaty and keep you warm too. Got my new hikers. Yeah, look at that. Check it out. One on each foot too. Same ones. Oh, that was creepy. Something new all the time. Narrowly escaping being abducted by an alien. Wow. Did not see the whole alien thing coming this trip. I mean, you never plan for that, aliens. I mean, who does? But tea is simmering. Got some nice smoke. All's quiet. There isn't a breeze. Like nothing is moving. Except for aliens. I'm just kidding, but not really. No. Could have been an alien. Probably was. Obviously it was an alien. I mean, I just love the smell of smoke on the fire mixed with boiling pine resin. Oh, I love that. So do aliens. I'll let that go already, but funny thing is, you weren't here to deal with that and experience and to, and to have the full 3D, 4D experience here. I did. Just go on, alien. Be on your way. Scoot back onto your spaceship and get the hell out of here. Just a dude who wants to have some tea and popcorn. Leave him alone. Leave me alone. Well, it's memorable anyways, as they say. You've had many pine tea and popcorn campfires. This one you'll remember, Steve. Thanks for that. Night 3 for this trip. Final night. Day 4 tomorrow. Funny how that works. It is night 31 for the year. Ooh, smells good. 10:45. I'm happy to say it's just coming up on
couple minutes past 2 hours since the alien attempted abduction. I've come down to reality a little bit. I'm realizing that that's probably not what it was. It was probably a sasquatch or a wendigo or something like that is probably what it was. Chupacabra? Yeah. Or my very own Blair Witch. Dad, you Blair Witch? Because I think about that craziness all the time when I'm out here. You're prepared, ready to go. Damn. I made some good sound there. Blew the horn like a solid 10, 12 times, and it was echoing. I mean, you hear that for a long way. But it's the year of the lynx. Could have been that. Gentleman and his wife that I see out here once in a while in kayaks. We were out there fishing. Told me that a friend of theirs got wiped at by a lynx. Damn near took his arm off. Left a big chunk hanging. Needed like 92 stitches. It was insane. And the guy said he didn't feel nothing when it happened. This is an awesome fireside chat. Stitches, blood, chupacabras, sasquatch, crazy witch bitches, Blair witches. It's what makes being outdoors exciting. Makes you realize you's alive. And you's about to be eaten alive. I was thinking too, it is so quiet right now, so calm. I can hear every little thing. But I'd rather it be windy, things rustling, a little bit of waves, things going, because then it obliterates all sorts of things, and then I don't have to think about all the tiny little things. I just hear, white noise, and things won't jump out at me and sound uniquely concerning. 5-second rule. 5 seconds between the pops, she's done. And no Blair Witch to share it with. How about a Sasquatch? Get some snap, crackle. Oh, that popcorn's hot. Got skunked today. Caught 0 fish. Sitting at 67 fish for the year. Definitely down from last year. But I've eaten well. I've had my fill. And it's called fishing, not catching. I get it. Well, good morning. I made it through the night. No more supernatural or extraterrestrial experiences. Completely quiet. Dead as a doornail. I don't know what that was. That's so weird. Like a completely unique sound. I don't know. Not squirrels, chipmunks making raspy, weird sounds. I don't know. Anyways, I'm going to have some oatmeal and some coffee. And it's teardown day. I'm going to head back. Nice fresh morning. I can tell it's going to be hot today. I did find a wood tick. It was on my white hoodie. That's how I noticed it. So they are still a thing. I thought they were like completely wiped out, but I guess not. There's a few lingerers. Is that not a thing of beauty? Toasty tush. That sound with coffee on the other side of it. And a gorgeous view. I haven't said it yet this trip, and I'm not going to, but I don't think that this can be topped very easily. It's the best way to say what you know I'm going to say. It don't. No. Time to get back to reality. Or what we call reality. Maybe this is reality. Actually, I know damn well this is reality. This out here, you know, thinking about what needs to be thought about. Heating yourself, cooling yourself, feeding yourself, staying dry. Just all the basics that we take for granted when we're back in the Matrix. And it feels good to concern yourself with that stuff out here. It really goes with, I think, your basic human mechanism. And you forget about that when you're back there plugged in, plugged out. You plugged in, plugged out. Is this the reality? Is that the reality? In the city, in your house, in your little cubes that you live in, you are plugged out. You are unplugged from the real reality. And you are in the Matrix. You are in the non-reality, the fake, phony. Easier said than done to get out. You can get back to it as often as you want. It just takes effort, planning. Get out there. Do it. Plug yourself into something that's real. Look and listen to things that are real. Get back to nature. The real stuff, where it started. You can take some fake shit along with you too. Coffee's good out here too. You can bring some electronics. The hell you think I'm filming this with? Doesn't have to be mountain bushman wiping your butt with moss. I have wiped my ass with moss, and I will tell you, spectacular. Pampered beyond belief. It was amazing, surprising, comforting, and soothing. That was some good ass wipe. I should do that more often. There's some nice stuff back there. I just keep forgetting about it every time. And I feel like if I pack toilet paper, what am I hauling it for if I don't use it? I feel bad if I don't use it. But you'll feel better if you use the moss. Give the moss a try. Maybe I'll make a video. Yeah. No. All right. Thank you, Sight. You were awesome. I am packed and ready to hit the highway, byway, waterway. Head on back. I'm going to do a little exploring. I might even try for some slip bobber action for some moon eye. Just for a little bit. Maybe 3 strikes. 10 shots at most. Best of 50. Max 100. Times 3. Really hoping for a nice tailwind. I'm going with the current. And that's always nice. Tailwind with a current on your way home is always a blessing. So I haven't paddled yet. So the wind is pushing me. But in the right direction. Because that would be hell. I mean, HE double hockey sticks. If I had to go against this. So I will have a tailwind and I will have a current. Beautiful. It is hot. 2 p.m. and 30 Celsius. Feels like 34 with the humidex. So that's factoring in humidity. And it's sticky out. That wetness. But the wind, saving grace. If there was no wind right now, oh, it would be thick and hot. This is nice because it's cooling off. Sometimes I go no shirt, no life jacket, but you know what? Today I didn't have anywhere to put my damn life jacket. And when it's windy and really hot and really direct sun, you can get a burn pretty bad. I've been building it up. You know, I timeshare it. But right now is a long sleeve glove approach on the drive home here. All right, let's go. Just making my way, lazing down the waterway here. Coffee. Taking it in. Prolonging the agony. It's good to get back though too. There's stuff you gotta do. There's some stuff you gotta do. Gotta feed the kids. I should really do more of this. Just, you know, get in the boat, push off, see where we go. Nice and lazy. Don't have a plan. Have to fish. Have to see a certain place. Don't have to make a certain time up there. Because then that starts to bring in a little bit of that city reality, a little bit of the Matrix into it. Should just let it flow more. Flow. Drink a coffee. Breathe. Flow. Flow. How's that for a just floating view? Effortless and spectacular. Those geese are still pissed at me, infringing on their territory, which I guess I was. Go. Even though you're going with the current, you don't want to get sideways. It's probably best not to record with one hand, but you know. When you're not a pro, you do stupid stuff. Hey guys. Yeehaw. Made it. Calm down. I'm just here for your eggs, not you. I got some wind. I got some pretty good waves. I got some pissed off geese. There we go. They're like, we're done with that. We're done. Oh, there's a bear. See him running on the shore? Wow. Yeah.